Showtime, Johnny.
Yep, this show was not filmed in front of a live studio audience.
No, this show is completely unscripted. We have a call-in number. We'd like you guys to call in with any questions you have. That's what we're here for. Now, tonight, we're going to be going through my Bumble dating profile, sifting through the women there, looking for some winners. Now, the reason we do that is because we want to teach you young men out there that get on these dating apps what to look for and what to stay away from. We want to show you that how to read between the lines. There's certain subtleties and nuances that you need to learn when you're dealing with women, especially on these online dating apps, because the things that these women are saying publicly, gentlemen, that's not always what they respond to. So we're going to break down the fluff. We're going to look for some solid profiles, and we're going to talk a little bit about my personal vetting process, because we understand that some of you young men, you haven't developed your standards. You don't really have principles when it comes to dating. Some of you are actually very flexible and compromising and led by the women, and that's why you don't have a lot of success dating. It's because you don't have standards yet. So we're going to share some of my standards. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, worse than that. I mean, modern men are being told that they're not allowed to have standards. Not so many words. So, there's that. There's the whole being told that when you have standards, you're being picky, you're being chauvinistic, you're being this or that, you're being misogynistic or toxically masculine or whatever it is. But remember that they have the same standards measured by the same rule. There's no reason why you can't do the same, fellas.
Well, Johnny, there are some women that have standards, but I think a lot of women have dating preferences. We hear so much about how they want a guy who's 6 foot tall, has a six pack, makes six figures, but all that goes out the window when they meet the right guy. So it really just depends on what they're attracted to and what you can do with that attraction. Because you could take physical attraction and turn it into sexual attraction, or you could take physical attraction and completely turn her off and go the other way, and she thinks you're boring and doesn't want anything to do with you. So it's really on what you do with that attraction from her. But tonight, we're talking a little bit more about what I'm looking for when it comes to vetting women online, because there's a process to the women that I allow in my life. I don't just, like, if she looks pretty, gonna let her into my life. It don't work like that. There's certain things that I expect from all women, and if they can't move the way I expect them to move, then they're just not in my life. And that's just how we do it around here.
Yeah, you have to inspect what you expect, and you have to be able to touch that up and then touch base with that as time goes by. Relationships are a journey, not a destination. I think that men and women do have fundamentally different views on which one is which.
Now, before we get to these profiles, I think it's important I do a full disclosure here. I'm my own man. I'm speaking for me. I'm not part of the manosphere. I'm not with any different colored pills. I'm not with any movements. I'm not part of some community. I'm not some pickup artist. Look, I'm not even a dating coach. So you're probably wondering why I do this. That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. I have extensive experience with women. So I know firsthand most of you fellas have no idea what you're even up against. And I got some bad news for you. You've been conditioned to think the way that you do when it comes to women. And we can get into why all of that. We got a call-in number. You can ask us any of your questions. Johnny, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself before we get to breaking down some of these women dating profiles tonight?
So I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I'm a personal trainer, life coach out here in beautiful Pittsburgh, PA. One of the things that two of the main groups that I coach when it comes to the actual life coaching aspect, guys my age. I show you guys how to live your best life when you probably think it's more than half over. You're wrong, by the way. And if you DM me, we'll talk about how that is. Young men, very important that you listen to me because I am a professional screw up. Okay. I was a simp. I was a college dropout. Still am. 20 years and running, doing great there. But the thing of it is that I made something out of nothing. So what we're looking to do here is to make sure that you don't have to do that. I don't want you making the same mistakes I made, especially since you have access to so many more resources than I did when I was your age. I want you to look yourselves in the mirror and ask yourself how you could go to bed better than you were when you woke up. Stick with us. We're the uncles you didn't want.
Now, TK's not here tonight, but we're three wise men, and that's exactly what we are. This is a tough love channel. We're the uncles you never wanted, but you know what? You're lucky you found us. You're lucky the algorithm showed you our live stream because we're here to answer any of your questions. We got you. We really want to see all you men do better when it comes to your dating experiences and how you move around women. So,
and to show you how much we care, we're going to put Bill here through the ringer that is Bumble, and we're going to see if we can find his life mate here on our live show tonight.
All right,
or at least
now,
get a
I do
conversation.
like to let the chat get involved, and if the chat likes a profile, if they don't like a profile, I have swiped on profiles just because the chat wanted me to, or swiped on a profile because Johnny really liked it. So I'm really picky myself, and that's because my time is very valuable. Gentlemen, your time is the most valuable resource you have. You should not be wasting it on women who are clearly not into you. So there's certain, shout out to Johnny Dumbbell, indicators of interest that we look for. And, we go from there. We, let's get started. Let's find some of these ladies on Bumble tonight. And
I think
I already went through the first profile. Go ahead, Johnny.
Let's get ready to Bumble! I feel so hard boiled when I get to do that.
All right. John, first up tonight, we got Jess. She's 35 years old. Okay, I do well with women in their early to mid 30s. No bio. Now, I see that she's 5'7". Okay, and that's a little bit taller than I normally like, because you gotta think, like, when we go out, she's gonna want to wear heels, so that's gonna make her like at least 2 inches taller. And I mean, I'm 6 foot, I'm 72 inches barefoot. So when I'm out on a date in some Air Force Ones, I'm a little slightly over 6 foot. So, but I find that women really like to look up to you when they're out on a date with you, especially that hug. And gentlemen, if you're taking women out, you got to know the right way to hug them. Okay, you can't just go over the top like you're some cousin. You got to grab that woman by her hips and bring her towards you. So she has no choice but to throw her hands up around your neck and your shoulders. Now, you bring her in close to you, she's going to smell your beard, your cologne. That's going to set the whole mood. Now, next step is very important, gentlemen. I need you to grab her hand and twirl that woman around in a little 360 and kind of make a little fuss out of her outfit. You do that at the very beginning of the date, and you're going to set the pace for the whole night, dog. I'm telling you. It's all about that hug when the date first starts.
Follow Bill on Instagram and YouTube for more hugging tips. There are a few nuances he can throw in there for you.
Absolutely. Now, let's see what else we're working here with Jess, since she didn't respect us enough to give us a bio. When my phone dies, I never let my phone die. Johnny, a lot of single women are like that, man. Their phone is their life. If they're in bed, their phone is in bed with them. They don't let their phone die. They are attached to these things. This is why I'm always telling guys that when they don't hear back from a woman, that no response is a response. They're constantly with these things.
Yeah. We as human beings only check our phones every 5 seconds, 16 to 18 hours a day. And that's only because we sleep the rest of them.
Now, okay, I see the picture on the cruise boat, and now we got a second cruise boat picture. The world would be a better place with more happiness.
Now, here's a couple things that I have to point out though. So she's on this expensive cruise. Who's behind the camera?
Well, Johnny, these women go on cruises with groups of their friends. So it's
Hey, that's
probably
great.
like one of her high school friends, or a lot of times they set the camera up with a timer where it doesn't take a picture for like 5 seconds. And hey, look, dog, I have seen women set their phone up against a drink to record themselves doing stuff at a bar. So
I wouldn't do that on a rocking ship, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I understand that. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that me personally, that's one of those boundaries where, like, look, I don't date girls who go on girls trips. That's just kind of something I don't do.
yeah, I don't
I
really
mean, look,
mind it, dog.
she's probably a great girl. She's probably really interesting. And hey, again, I could have fun with her for a weekend. But I mean, my thing is as I get to know her, if this is the kind of thing she does a lot of, hey, let's hang out. Let's do things a little casually. But that'd be about as far as I would take.
We're always talking about how we look for solid profiles. And
Mm.
I'm not seeing much effort put into this one, Johnny. One word answers. My phone never dies. Be better with happiness. No bio. Johnny,
Yeah, I
she
mean,
might
this is
be a
this.
little cute, but this woman is boring.
Yeah, this is definitely. I'm cute, so swipe right. Don't worry about what I have to say.
Now, I like that she's at a bar with a drink and says she's a real nerd about reading. And, I kind of like that too, because I like well educated women. But I don't know, man. I need more than like less than 10 words put into the whole profile. So
Half of
I'm
which are
going to
provided.
pass on Jess here.
Half of which are actually the
What's
question
up,
that
chat? Chat,
we got.
chat room. What do you think? Should I swipe on this one? I'm thinking pass, man. I'm not really feeling this. If y'all like her, put it in the comments. All right, I can get our Skype number up and running too, Johnny.
All right.
In case any of these young men have some questions and they want to call in. All right, here's what I'll do. I'll run the banner with the number, and we're gonna pick another profile, dog. I'm passing on this one.
Yeah, this one's a very good looking girl, man. But that's about it.
Yeah, just I'm good. I got the screen blown up. Hold on, I'm gonna have to decrease this, I think.
Crap, I got
Yeah, there we go. Pass. All right, Johnny. So I got to click over and hide the screen for a minute and preview the profile to make sure there's nothing on it that we can't share, and then we'll get right
Yeah, I'm
back
gonna
to
go.
it.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with our commenter here. Yeah, she is cute, but like you said, 2 photos with drinks, no real activities, no bio. Yeah, man, I'm with you. I'm gonna agree. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Thank you, brother.
All right, got another one here for us, Johnny. Pam's 38. So picture of her outdoor. It says, I'm loving, loyal, and as sarcastic as can be. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm looking for a good man who will treat it right and who loves Jesus. I lost a spouse and know how precious time is. Looking to make the most of the rest of my life. Man, Johnny,
Mm.
I feel like I'm telling you, and this is why I like the bios, man, because I feel like there's so much going on in the bio that I'm out. I don't even need to read the rest of the profile.
Brandy, I like that. Yeah. It's funny when I was dabbling in the online dating world myself back when I was single. Yeah, I was kind of one of those guys. Like, yeah, you can show me a picture of yourself done up, but I'd like to see a picture of you too. Whenever I would start talking to a girl, just as a joke, I would say, "Hey, send me the worst picture of you can find." Jokingly. And you get those you get those messy ponytail pictures. But yeah, I think a good profile should have 2 good, 2 bad, and maybe even 1 or 2 ugly. I can respect somebody who has that kind of a wide range of their different looks. We all have different looks throughout our day, week, and month.
Right. Yeah, I don't want a profile that's got a bunch of like filtered pictures on it, or a bunch or the same picture more than once. I don't understand why they do that. But yeah, I'm looking for other things. And you got to understand, as part of my vetting process, I'm going to find out what she looks like without makeup on, Johnny. Especially if I'm dating her like in the summer, because we're going to a pool, we're going to a
Yeah.
beach. She's going to get wet at some point. That makeup's going to come off. So you know what I'm saying? We'll get there when we get there. All right, let's see what else we got here. I don't know. The fact that she's looking for a good man who will treat it right, who loves Jesus. She lost a spouse. She knows how precious time is. Don't want somebody who's going to be very clingy. I like my free time. Let's see what else we got on here. I mean, loving, loyal, that's the company line. We hear that quite a bit. Sarcastic too, really. We hear women talk about how sarcastic they are.
Ad nauseum. Yeah.
She says here, I've been challenging myself to make myself a priority and be the best version of myself. I don't know, Johnny. Maybe she's one of your YouTube subscribers. All right, says
yeah, that could be.
I'm just messing with you, dog, because you know how positive you are in all your YouTube videos and how much you engage the audience. And I just think you're a natural YouTuber, Johnny. I'm proud of you.
Hey, I'm getting there, man. I'm up to over 30 subscribers. So, hey, if you haven't yet, Johnny Dumbbell on YouTube. I'd love to see you there.
Johnny Dumbbell. Hey, let me throw that up real quick for you, Johnny. Show Johnny some love. The link to his YouTube channel should be in the bio. Go ahead and hit the sub button and like our stream too. It's not going to cost you guys anything, I promise. Now, Johnny, best version of myself, I can respect that from a woman. Our perfect Sundays include going to church and then going for a hike or an adventure, coming home to spend time with family, friends, and watching football. You think she's into football, or you think she just put some fluff in there?
It could go either way on that one. I think that being a widow, that could be complicated down the road. Not because, I mean, you're talking about a woman who's single for a different reason. This is not someone who's been divorced now. This is not someone who couldn't hold a relationship. This is someone who lost somebody that she very likely was still very much in love with. So you're talking about a very different scenario where, in a lot of cases, and I've dated widows in the past, where the husband's pictures are still on the wall, and I mean, when you think about it, they should be. Till death do us part went to fruition here earlier than they wanted to. So this is not the same kind of woman who's going to be coming at you. Now, on the plus side, that might mean that she's not very jaded. That might mean that she's coming at you with a little less emotional baggage from being mistreated by exes, and a little bit more of an idea of what a healthy relationship that actually did go a wedding vow intends it to go, and the fact that she's looking to start fresh, either she doesn't want to be lonely, or hey, she's showing a little courage in the face of pain. I get it. I respect it.
I don't know. It's not really what I'm looking for, Johnny. I'm gonna pass.
Oh, me neither. No, me neither. I wouldn't swipe right on it either. But I mean, I got to say, I applaud the courage for getting back out there, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, she has God a couple times in the profile, so I'm sure she'll find a nice man at church,
especially on Bumble.
Now, next up we got Ashley. She's 39. Says she's an accountant. Okay.
Oh boy.
Just because we are dating and I'm being fun and faithful does not mean I have fallen in love with you. I've only ever loved 2 people in my whole life. Also, I don't need anyone and perfectly fine on my own. I will not chase anyone because you probably just weren't my person to begin with.
I'm giving her 2. Yeah, I mean, right out the gate, this very attractive woman who probably is going to get plenty of DMs anyway, just because let's face it, she's hot. Just really kind of, I got to tell you, she kind of puked in her bio right there. That would really, that looks to me like somebody who is not ready to move on in a relationship without looking for the negatives right off the bat. As we speak, she's talking about what she doesn't want, what she will not tolerate. And hey, look, I get it. You want to lay the boundaries out there, but hey, let's meet first and let's talk for a little bit before we talk about boundaries. You're putting those right out front. You're laying those cards on the table. I'm out. I mean, you already seem so angry. I'm out. You're hot.
Hey,
Nice rap, but I'm out.
Danny, she does have some ponytails for me to grab onto.
Yeah. I mean, and again, maybe fun for a weekend if you can get past that wall that she already put in her bio.
Yeah, well, the thing with the wall is, Johnny, and we break these profiles down because we want young men to be able to read in between the lines. But when we're talking about somebody on my skill level, none of this means anything. This is just all like what she wants from the humans. I'm going to introduce her to a man for the first time in her life, and I'll change her whole world.
Well, let me ask you this, though. Is that what she's looking for, or is she putting all that in her bio because she wants to see who's going to respond with responses to each part of that bio with the whole, oh, I would never do this. I would never. Well, yeah, I would. I think she might actually be simp fishing here. There's a possibility of that, too.
Okay.
You saw the picture.
Well,
she led with the picture. Look, nice ones, right? But then you go to this bio, and when those guys see that picture, a lot of these young men, listen, we've got a brain and a you know what, and only enough blood to run one at a time. Okay, and especially in our 20s. And this is where these guys are going to be weaving through those comments in the bio in their very response to her. She's going to get love letters in her DMs, and she's either looking for those guys to use or she's going to delete those 3 or 4 words in. But she's fishing for something here. Not saying absolutely, but it definitely seems that way.
So you think she's looking for simps? Maybe
well, either that or she's trying to weed them out.
Okay, well, the whole reason I'm on Bumble, Johnny, I love dating women who are simps. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for some simps too. So I'm trying to see if she's gonna simp for me. So we might have a conflict of simp interest here because
but that's in that situation. I wouldn't even get paid. I wouldn't even bother taking it past the first conversation. If I even took that.
Let's see what else she's got on the profile. Maybe I can get her to simp for me. Okay, she says she's just because we are dating, I'm being fun and faithful doesn't mean I've fallen in love with you. I don't need a woman to love me, Johnny. I need a woman to respect me. And having a woman's respect is more important to me than having her love. So I'm good with the first part.
Yeah, I'm just saying I think she's dangling a carrot. She's throwing that line out there, and I really think she's looking to see who's going to navigate through her I do not wants that she's listing there. Like TK says, it's a bunch of ultimatums, and I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. And look, that's great, but I don't know a thing about what you do want yet.
All right.
Maybe a stronger bra. Oh, man.
Johnny, this is something that you talk about too. It says her ultimate green flag is a good sense of humor. So women like it with the dad jokes.
Yeah, definitely. That's I mean,
TK, why do you think she's angry?
I do too. No, I agree.
You think she's an angry woman?
We read the bio, man. I mean, that was just kind of a rundown of what her bio looked like. Was a set of rules that were set up because somebody made them make that particular rule each time. Like we worked on a call center. We saw a few people be the reason rules were made. It looks like this is a collection of those.
All right, let's see what else we got here.
If you've ever worked in a call center, man, I'm telling you, you know.
If loving this is wrong, I don't want to be right. Wine.
Johnny found a
Oh
sound.
man. All right, so you're saying I need to pass on this one, dog.
I'm saying that if it was
TK,
me, I would. I'm saying if it was me, I would spend most of my time looking at that first picture, and then I'd be like, eh.
no, Brandy
I mean,
says
nice.
she does.
Look, hey, don't get me wrong, nice ones, but that's kind of where it ends.
But I mean, that's really nothing to me. I'm used to dealing with attractive women. Bio speaks for itself. She's been done dirty, and the next sucker is gonna pay the price for the last guy's mistake. Now,
Yeah,
TK, I gotta disagree with you there
I mean,
because
even if
the
that's not the
first
case,
chance she
yeah,
gets out of line, I'm dismissing her from my life. The first time she gets rude from me, well, you know what? I'll probably give her one time where I'll check the behavior and let her know, look, I don't know if that's how you talk to people, but that's not how you're going to talk to me. And if it continues, we're done here. So I will draw that line in the sand and let her know that her behavior is unacceptable. And if she's trying to rock with me, dog, if she's really into me, she's going to adjust her behavior on her own.
yeah. I mean,
So,
I'm gonna go with my initial opinion though. I think when you post pictures that look that good, and then you got a bio that kind of sounds that negative, this is a girl who I think is looking to see who's willing to weave in and out of those statements, and I think she's either going to weed him out as weak or manipulate him in whatever way she needs to.
all right, we're going to pass on this one, dog. All right, next up, we got Leah. She's 46. Do you want to be my next mistake? Go blonde or go home. No. All right. The quickest way to my heart is being single and honest. Well, I'm single, so her and I shouldn't have any issues there. And I'm going to be one of the most honest people she's ever met in her life. I like that she said go blonde or go home, Johnny.
Yeah, not my preference, but yeah, I like the sense of humor.
All right, let's see what else we're working with here. My ultimate green flag are nice eyes and nice teeth. I hear that all the time.
I mean, that's fair. At least it wasn't honesty and caring.
All right. There's not a lot in the profile, and I don't like that. She did put some kind of bio in there that made me laugh.
Yeah, it was funny.
She drinks socially. I'm kind of feeling her look a little bit. I like the blonde hair draped over it. I'm gonna swipe on her, dog. What do you think, TK? What do you think of this one, dog?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I would say she's a little bit past the prime. I would definitely say 46 is a tough one to look at. I would definitely have to see what she actually looks like in person, what her mannerisms make her look like. It could potentially be different from what the photos make her look like. But yeah, right, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. The wall is very real, and that's kind of one thing that I wonder about this girl is where is she going to be libido wise? Let's face it, that's important to guys. What is her attitude towards romanticism or sexuality or simple intimacy? What is she going to have left at 46 years old? Not that I'm not trying to say she's been ran through necessarily. I'm saying that look, we've all been emotionally ran through in life, and I mean this is the kind of thing that by our mid to late 40s, where she's at, we really will have to do some extensive body language searches and the way that we gauge her responses and things like that is she jaded? If so, how much? What's the future going to hold? What layers do I have to go through to get through to this girl if that's something that I decide I want to do?
All right, Fast. Here's the thing. I'm going to offer a date to her. I'm not going to spend hours of my evenings talking to her for days on end. I'm going to let her know what the deal is right up front. I'm going to say, hey, I got some free time this weekend. I'm thinking you, me, a drink. Let's make this happen. Here's my phone number because it's just a better way to get a hold of me. So I'm going to move her off of Bumble and her and I can start. And I'm not going to do that boring back and forth texting stuff. I'm going to start hitting her with audio messages and voice messages. And I'm going to have her so excited and looking forward to this date that she's telling all her friends about it. So I'm going to go ahead and swipe on this one, man. She's like about 30 miles from me. So I'm sure she'll come to me for a drink if she's into me. And Johnny, I do match with some of these women that I swipe on, and we got to save that for like the membership or something on what to do next. So we got some plans for that. And I got a lot of stuff I'm working on, Johnny.
That's some next level game. But we got
I'm writing a book. Okay, I'm writing a book about how to get her to slide into your DMs, and I'm gonna include screenshots and examples, my dude. But that's just another thing we got coming out in 2025. But as far as this profile here, all right, hold on, let me see what TK says here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm swiping on her.
I mean,
let's see what else we're working. All right, next up we got Weisenhomer, 38. I do yoga, but I don't say no to cinnamon rolls or a well-made old fashioned.
all right.
I like hiking, preferably with company, followed by ice cream. I'm a pastor, but not a nun. I love my life. I love it too much not to share it with the right person.
I got to tell you, she kind of got the swipe right when she mentioned post hike ice cream.
Oh yeah, I thought the old fashioned would have did it for you.
Well, the old fashioned raised the eyebrow, but then you want to go on a hike and have ice cream, man. I don't know. If it was me, I would probably say swipe it right.
All right, let's see what else we got here. If I could bring back one trend, it would be dating. Lots of people want to skip that part. Okay. You want to talk about this, Johnny, or should I just skip over it?
I don't know. See, for me, if you're not into the hiking and ice cream thing, I get it. I think that if it was, like I say, this is your Bumble profile, not mine. I'm not single. If I was, this would be your swipe right for me.
So she's saying if she could bring back one trend, it would be dating. Lots of folks want to skip that part.
Blah blah blah. You know what? I'm actually going to disregard that answer right there. I mean, maybe she's capping, maybe she's not. But I mean, if I'm going to take you out, we're already doing that. So hey, brought it back. I don't see that. That to me sounds like a filler answer. I don't think she's trying to be deceptive or anything. But what the hell? I'm going to let that one slide.
All right. My dream is to find my person and savor the experience of getting to know and love everything about him. Hey, if that's really what she wants, she might make a good woman for some dude out there. Because I think, look, I tell you, man, women really got to look up to you. They got to respect and admire you. And for her to want to get to know everything about you and just love everything about you because you're him, you're that guy to her, I can respect that.
Yeah, that's gonna be something. Now, that's a pretty heavy burden though, because remember, there's going to be a few different levels of respect that is going to be required to be there for that to be the case. Excuse me, that's the kind of respect that's going to be built over time. And remember, guys, this is where being a masculine man is going to be to your advantage.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pass on this one. I'm not really feeling that.
Yeah. Fast, hey man, we're in for girls looking for guys on this one. I mean, that's the Dropbox we picked. That's all I know.
All right, hold on a second here. Next up, we got Amelia.
Mm.
Hey, Fast, I wasn't sure, and that's not for me to judge. I had my questions as well.
Yeah, that's what I said. We
All,
we know what
all,
we know
all
what
you
drop
can
offs
say,
we chose.
I don't really concern myself with what women, they're looking for. I'm really more concerned with me and what I got going on. So some of that stuff, I'll disregard. Yeah. Is she a chica though? Let's check her out.
What we got?
Amelia, 35, no bio, rarely drinks. That's it, dog. Only one pitcher. Only one pitcher, Johnny. All right. I don't let them pass on their looks, dog. She didn't want to put anything into this. Cool. Just not the one
Yeah,
for
I
me.
mean, I've actually had as much to say about this bio as it's had to say about itself. You heard me.
All right. Hold on here. All right. Next up.
TK says she's right up my alley. She's stacked for 35. Those is oh man, yeah. I think she's built real nice, but I kind of want to know a little bit about her, man.
All right. Next up, we got Nicole. She's 44. And you know what, man? I could adjust my filters, Johnny. Why don't we do that? I got them between 28 and 49. Let's go down to 24
Yeah,
and 45. $40 away. Let's go up to 50 just because they'll throw some more profiles. All right. Looks like we got Selena here, 27. No bio. She's
see, I
looking
had
for
hope.
something casual. What do you mean? All right. So it says here she's looking for something casual.
Now, see, I'm going to go ahead and say the casual, the ones that are looking for something casual. If you get to DM with this chick and she tells you she'd rather talk on Snap or on WhatsApp or something like that, man, you know something's up. This is the kind of girl who will have no bio, tell you she's hot and she wants to hook up, and the next thing you know, you're like being asked to put your credit card information on OnlyFans.
Hey, you like this one, Fast, huh?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, I'm not saying she's not cute, but yeah, I don't buy it.
She says instead of drinks, let's get drinks. Oh
Yeah.
man, I like a woman that's down to get some drinks, dog.
I hope that's a sense of humor thing and not just, oh shit, I didn't read it.
So swipe right if you love comedians. There's not. All right, here's my problem with this one. There's not. I'm not seeing anything in here that's drawing me to her. Like,
This is a girl who has plenty of choices and feels like she doesn't have to say as much, you know.
But what I'm trying to say here, Johnny, is that if I'm out at a bar and I look over and Selena's sitting next to me, I'll probably have a conversation with her. And based on that conversation, that'll dictate what the next move is. But as far as her profile, looking over her profile, dog, I'm not seeing a solid profile here. My time is very valuable. So I don't think I want to waste my time on this one, dog. I think I'm good here.
Yeah, nah.
Let me just check it out one more time. I like this. She'll get drink. I mean, I'm sure she'll get a drink with me.
Pretty much most girls will get a drink with you.
I know that, Johnny. All right, we're gonna pass on Selena,
especially if they're not paying.
All right, this ain't my type of woman here, you dog. And Yell 34. Nah. Non-judgmental. Bring back one trend. It would be chivalry.
I would hope not.
I'll never forget the time I ran into a parked car running from my friend. Dog, I don't know, man.
Nope.
I don't like messy women. All right, Alyssa, 35, 5 foot. Okay, I like the little petite ones. Perfect first date is something fun and casual. I like where this is going, Johnny. I'll never shut up about my niece and my cats. See, this is where we talk about getting into deep conversations with women. What's going on,
Yeah.
Carly?
Hey, what's up, Carly?
All right, so when we talk about deep conversations with women, I really don't want to talk to her about the cats, man. I don't.
Nah, I mean,
Now, I'm not saying she can't talk to me about her cats, but what I'm saying is I'm not getting suckered into some 45-minute conversation about the cats needing to go to the vet or whatever the case may be.
yeah, like I'm curious, is this the kind of girl where is it going to be awkward if you don't ask how the kitties are? You know, like when you see her, like they're members of the family or something. Like if they're your children, I'm like, hey, how's the kids? Like I feel like she wants us to ask her that.
Well, look, Johnny, a lot of women have cats, okay? And
I like them.
sometimes,
I don't
look,
love them, but I like them.
you ever go over to a woman's house and the cat likes you more than the woman that it lives with? Right? So what I'll do, I'll troll the woman. I'll take pictures of the cat like on me, like I have my shirt off or I'm being like a wife beater on the woman's couch, and I'll put the cat on top of me and take a picture.
Dear God.
I will send the woman the picture of the cat all over me, and she'll be so jealous because the cat don't even like her. She'll be like, "What's going on?"
I don't know. See, I mean, the way I've noticed the cats are kind of like more. The more indifferent you are toward them, the more all over your shit they end up being. You know, it's kind of funny because if you're looking to, I always said if you're looking to find out how to get a lady's attention, look how you get a cat's attention. If you try to pursue a cat and pet that cat's going to run. That cat's going under the bed and she ain't coming out. But if you act like you don't give a crap, that cat's going to jump in your lap when you're trying to watch TV. And that's just where the purring begins. You know, it is kind of funny how that happens.
All right, let's see what else we're working with here. She's talking about going to NYC for her 30th. Something fun and casual I could rock with. Well, no, stop the cap. She's looking for marriage. What's that say right there? It says looking for marriage, and then she has something that says fun. So I think my definition of fun and casual is going to be different from hers, and I'm going to pass on this one, dog. I'm not looking for marriage. All right, we got Ange, 24. No bio, but that's not surprising. We see this with a lot of young ones, Johnny. They don't really put much into their profile. They skate by on their looks. They put more into, their IG or their Snapchat. And
hey, Bill, Brandy has a question. Brandy has a question I'm going to pass on to you.
All right. My question, how many of these ladies put these profiles up just end up okay. See, Johnny, you're setting me up here because you know that this is the part where I start talking about how D is a gift. And I'm not going to bless any woman with my D just because she wants it. She's got to earn that, Brandy. She's got to go hard for me. Dude, I'm not just,
They'll
especially
get
like
hard
on
right
the
back.
first, especially like on the first night. No, I'm not. No, she's not getting a shot of baby juice right off the rip. Um, if she earns it, okay. What do I mean by earning it? Is she going to invite me over to her crib and cook me a meal? Are we going to have a nice little intimate evening together at her house where we're going to have like a drink or two over there and we're going to get to know each other a little bit better? That's I'm not just sleeping with a woman I just met. So I have an extensive vetting process, especially when it comes to the women that I meet on Bumble here. A lot of women don't make the cut. Now, I'm not saying I've never blessed a woman I've met off of Bumble with D. I have, but there's way more I have eliminated from it, and way more who have never even made it out to a date with me than ones that I'm frequently smashing. I'm very picky. Like Ange here, I wouldn't even swipe on her. I mean, she's 24, attractive, but she didn't put anything into her profile. So this tells me she's not ready for a man to come in her life yet. She's
Yeah, and I mean,
used to dating
and I would say
boys.
think about it this way too, because if she's able to pull guys off of Bumble effortlessly, she's going to expect to progress through the relationship effortlessly. And I mean, when you post a couple of cute pictures, no bio, and you expect guys to come flocking to you, and let's face it, in her case, probably quite a few guys are. We are not going to be those typical guys, and if you're watching this, you're not going to be that typical guy either. However, those same guys that make the maximum effort through her minimal, throwing out that fishing line, she's already conditioning herself, let alone about to be conditioned by the guys DMing her to do as little as possible because, hey, they'll come running anyway. You're not going to be that guy, fellas.
Now, I have even recently been out on dates with women younger than Angie here, and I got to tell you that she's got to bring something to the table, dog. Okay, so she's used to dating guys that are 22 to 28, 29. Okay, that'd probably be a fair assessment, right, Johnny?
I can see that.
So okay, so guys at the ages, young men at the ages of 22 and young men at the ages of 28, there's not much difference between them. You know, that 6, 7 years, they still act the same. They haven't grown mentally very much. They're not mature. They don't have the responsibilities like we used to have.
Yeah.
So they're when she meets somebody like me, I'm gonna set the bar so much higher than the guys that she's used to dealing with. So it's like I said at the other profile, she's going to meet a man for the first time. So I could
Well,
change
and
her
your
whole
selection
world.
process, yeah, your selection process is going to do a large part of that job too.
Now, but what I'm saying though is from what she's put into her profile, she doesn't deserve my time. She doesn't deserve a swipe from me. There's nothing in here that makes me think I might be compatible with her. There's nothing in here that makes me think, hey, I want to get to know a little bit more about this woman. So I'm going to pass on this one, dog.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm not a fan.
fast. If you want one, dog, I got one here for you, bro.
Called a tip. That's called a tip
All right,
drill.
next. All right, next up we got Lena, 25. Works out sometimes, 5'5", drinks socially. I've been challenging myself to keep a plant alive. Okay, she's working on it.
Yeah, I
After
mean,
work, you can find me. What's that, Johnny?
oh, nothing. I mean, I can actually relate to the whole killing plants thing. Yeah.
Oh, I got a green thumb, dog. Me and
Yeah.
plants get along just as well as me and women do. Now,
I
it
got a
says
green. I
after
got a
work,
green haze every once in a while. That's about it.
says after work, you can find me watching the Guardians game. I don't have time for sports. You know, like a lot of dudes, like especially like dudes I work with at my job, you know, they want to talk to me and engage me and stuff. Oh, did you watch this football game? I'm like, man, I don't have time for that. So that's what she's doing. Like, I'm glad she's got enough time to do all that, but I'm way too busy for that, man. I got too much stuff going on.
Honestly, I'm a sports guy, man. I mean,
Yeah,
sports medicine, of course.
yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's more like your speed. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Watching a baseball game after work. So
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
is
really.
pretty. I'm getting to that stage where I'm like that old man thing that I like to do is in the summertime. I'll come home from work about 7 o'clock in the evening, just in time to flip the radio on and listen to the game while I'm making dinner or something like that. Yeah, I'm getting to be that old guy, and I'm enjoying it.
All right. She says here her most random skill is calling out a movie will end halfway through it, but I won't spoil it if you don't want me to. So what I'm
I
reading
can
in
call a chick
between the
like
lines,
5 minutes in.
well, what I'm reading between the lines here, she has some pretty good intuition,
Yeah,
and that's all we got. I'm good here. I'm real picky with the women in their 20s. Like I said, Johnny, I'll date them, but like they got to go hard for me.
yeah. Like, show me you got a head on your shoulders. Yep,
Right.
my head was not
All
on
right,
my
Brandy.
shoulders.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. All right, next up we got Madison, 24, no bio, couple pictures. That's it. Good.
Cool.
All right, Kaylee, 35. Is that a wine bottle? Okay. See, I don't like this, Johnny. When there's like it's even worse with a group of them. When that
Yeah,
first profile picture is like 5 or 6 women, and then like the second profile is like 2 or 3, and I gotta go from here to here. Is
yeah.
that the same woman? And like, I'm good at that point because you're not confident enough in yourself to show a picture of just you. Like, hey, if you need to have a picture with you and your friends up there, if it's a really good picture, if you look really cute in it, cool. But don't
Yeah, I mean,
lead with
look,
it.
show me you having fun, which is usually going to be in the company of others. But I mean, let's not make that all that this is about. Yeah, I mean, maybe one photo of you and one or more other people, but the rest of them should be centered on you.
So, you want to take a bet here? Which one's Kaylee? Blonde or brunette? What's up, chat? You want to answer?
I'm
Fast, what do you think, man? Which one's Kaylee, the blonde or the brunette? TK, you want to get in on this? I'm going with the brunette.
I don't think so. I'm gonna say the blonde.
You think it's the blonde?
I do.
All right. All right, let's see. Kaylee is says she has I'm outgoing, family oriented, caring, a hopeless romantic, and looking to meet the right person. Oh, Johnny, I think you're right. It was the blonde. But there's 2 pictures here again. Quickest way to my heart is
But
and then
remember,
laugh.
she's in the center of this one.
No, Johnny, you were on point. It was the blonde.
Well, that face changed at the lower angles, if you notice.
Guess you're right, huh?
I'm sure that's a coincidence.
All right, we're gonna pass on this. SJ 25. Nope. Ashley 26.
Wait, I missed that. What happened there?
Nope. I'd really like to find blue collar, traditional gender roles, chivalry, good sense of humor, not politically correct, monogamous. Johnny, that's quite a laundry list there.
Yeah, but those are reasonable buzz terms to use. Now the question is she capping or is this real? It's close. I'm going to say she looks good. What she says makes you nod your head. Um, I would say let's look a little deeper. Maybe she might be worth a text, Polly. We'll see. What's up,
Okay,
Christina?
like I think all women want to have monogamous expectations. Okay, I run into it
Just
constantly,
you.
and they get so frustrated with me when I'm not willing to commit to them. Like like some women really struggle with it. Sometimes it ruins it for us because some women are more insecure than others. There are some that know better than to ask me if I'm seeing somebody else. There's some that have the audacity to ask me if I'm smashing anyone else, and anywhere in between. So my it's not that I'm ethically non-monogamous. It's not
No,
that
no,
I'm in some kind of open relationship. It's that in the vetting process that I use, Johnny, I'm meeting women all the time, and women are falling off too. Okay, like I could be talking to a woman I really like for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I go to Walmart and I met somebody else who might be a better woman. I don't know. So
yep.
my problem is I don't want to give all my time to one woman. I don't want to be committed to one woman. I like dating several women. I often find women that I go out with repeatedly. The ones I really like, dog, they get their own night. And even though there's other women in my life, because Johnny, I'm loved by many, I make each and every woman I go out with feel special. Okay, because I think a lot of guys make mistakes when they try to make women happy. It's not our
Yeah.
job as men to make them happy. It's their job as to make themselves happy. It's our job to make them feel special. So I do that with each and every woman I go out with, Johnny. I make her feel special, but when our time is up and it's time for us to go our separate ways, they're always really sad, man. They are. But that's just part of the job.
Mm.
So the monogamy thing, I don't know if I could get by. If she wants this monogamous expectation from me, especially right away, because she's putting it out there, and you got to respect her for that, saying that that's what she's looking for. But
Here's a
Johnny,
hot take. Here's a hot
go
take.
ahead.
What if what if she's saying she wants monogamy because let's face it, she's on a hookup site and is trying to look unique? All I'm saying is a lot of those girls throw the M word around. And look, I'm not saying they're not ultimately looking for a monogamous relationship, but I think when they throw that monogamy word out there, especially on a dating site, notorious for being a hookup dating site, I think you could possibly be dealing with somebody who's capping just to kind of justify whatever bad behavior she might do with you, because now she can say, "Well, you were a special case."
I'm always a special case because,
You know,
especially on Bumble.
and okay, but here's the thing: you know that, and I know that, but she also knows that other guys think that too, so she can use that to her advantage. That's what she's doing. So again, these are the kinds of things, guys, you got to look out for. When you see
Look,
things like monogamy on a dating site, I'm not saying she's being disingenuous, but what I am saying is you might want to consider that that could just be a preemptive cover for what you're about to find out when and if you guys do get together.
okay, so what I'm thinking, Johnny, is she probably is looking for monogamy. She probably is looking for a
Maybe.
long-term relationship, but that doesn't mean she's going to turn down some short-term D if the right guy comes along.
And that's great. That's
So,
what I would that's kind of where I'm going with that. Yeah. You'd
all
be
right,
surprised how few rules she has when she's attracted to you.
fast. I'm going to just say this one time because this is a class we want you guys to learn. Her looks don't matter. What does matter is her behaviors, because that's what she has complete control over. She has no control over her looks. That's mostly genetic. But her character, the kind of woman she is, she has complete control over. So I don't want to put my value in her looks or her face. I'm putting more value into how she responds to me, Like if she's gonna meet me when and where, I tell her I'm gonna be, you know, just stuff like that. I'm not putting her looks don't matter so much to me. I like there are some things I like. Let's see what else we got in here, Johnny.
Yep. Man, we've been on an hour already.
Yeah, we've been on an hour, Brody. All right. Johnny, I'm on the fence, man, about swiping on her or not. There's not a lot on here. I do like some of the things that she's looking for: blue collar, traditional gender roles, chivalry, good sense of humor, not politically correct.
I think it's worth a swipe.
Yeah, I think Christina, you crack me up, girl.
The Delta.
You know what? You might have to.
That's
see
what we're
me
gonna call
out.
it. We're gonna call it the Delta.
We're gonna have to have us a little chat. All right, Johnny, I'm gonna swipe on this one. All right, next up we got Maisie, 24. I know, Johnny, when they have that profile picture like that where they're showing a lot of skin, you think that they're you know what I'm saying? What am I looking for?
I don't think that's a thirst trap necessarily. I think she's showing enough to show it off, but I don't think she's really putting it out there. I think that's pretty moderate there.
Well, thirst trap, Johnny. That's the word I was looking for, because we should talk about thirst traps just a little bit, man. I see guys fall for thirst traps all the time, and like I don't really have a problem when it's a woman looking for validation, looking for guys that like her photos and comment beautiful, sexy, and gorgeous. But what I want young men to stay away from are the thirst traps where the women are trying to finesse them out of something. You know, where they need some kind of gift cards, or I don't even know how that stuff works, because women don't really do that with me. But one thing I do with our show is I get on different dating groups on Facebook to promote our show. So I run across profiles that are clearly fake and guys that fall for these thirst traps all the time. And I don't understand, Johnny, how they can be so desperate and needy for attention that they're willing to take it from someone who isn't even real.
Yeah, I mean, I think what a lot of it is kind of that desire of, having, maybe they went through school and they were unnoticed by the people they were attracted to, or unnoticed by everybody in general. And, I think that this gives them that avenue of, oh, wow, not only is somebody talking to me, somebody attractive is talking to me. And unfortunately, there are people out there who will prey on that particular mentality, that scarcity mentality. Now suddenly riding this high because somebody attracted is talking. That is, I mean, honestly, that didn't start with the internet. That started a long time ago. That started with whatever, interaction methodologies we had at those times. So this is not something that women just learned in the last 10, 15, 20 years. This is something that women have been discovering the minute they realize that men want to have relations with them. And that's when they are able to not only take advantage of that, but a lot of these girls, they stop maturing the minute they realize that men want to do that with them. And they don't continue that maturity. They don't continue that maturity process until that is no longer the case, when they've hit that wall. But here's the thing, a lot of them at that point, they don't resume maturing at 35, 38, 42 years old. They resume maturing at 16, 17 years old, or whatever age they were, when they finally realized, A, that men wanted to have relations with them, and B, that they knew how to use that to get what they wanted. That's when the maturity stopped, because, hey, they didn't need it. And I don't blame them. I mean, hell, man, if you were able to get by on that all your life, you think I wouldn't? I would.
Hey,
you can't be mad at him for it.
All right. He says Maisie with arm tats. So let me tell you something fast. I love women that are tatted up. I was just talking a minute ago about how I meet women all the time. I could be talking to a woman, and then I'll go to Walmart and meet some chick with a Ouija board tattooed on her stomach. And I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm in, like, let's go have a drink. All right,
He
he
puts
wants
his
us to
phone.
get back to
Yeah, he
Maisie.
actually puts his phone number into her phone using that Ouija board. By the way, he doesn't
Christina,
tell
I'm
it to her.
telling you, we're gonna have to have a chat after class. I think you need to stay after class so we can talk. All right, let's keep going here. Let's see what else we got with Maisie.
It's our breakout room policy.
She's 5'2". I like them low petite women. The world would be a better place for more Vyvanse. I have ADHD. Johnny, I don't like women who do drugs. Now, I know this is a prescribed medication, but she's still taking something, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about. I don't think it's the medication part that bothers me so much. It's just that there might be a little bit of excess baggage to unpack with. Um, I think.
Well, we talk about how women in their mental health, and I'm all for that. The therapist and going to therapy, and we were just talking on Monday about men's health and men going to therapy as well. So
Yep.
I don't have a problem with her going to therapy, but I feel by the fact that she's putting out here that she takes Vyvanse, which I'm not sure, but I think that's a Schedule II narcotic. I'm getting some kind of vibes that I don't like out of that, man. Like her
Yeah,
priorities aren't going to be right, and what's fast say? Amphetamine chick is lots of sex.
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, listen, fast. I'll tell you what. If we're looking for a weekend of fun, I would tell my man to swipe right here all day long. But the thing of it is that that weekend of fun could lead to some slashed tires, broken windows. I mean, you never know. Listen, and listen, nothing against people who are taking medication for mental health and things like that. I'm obviously being a wise ass when I say that, but what I am saying here is that this is something that you don't have to immerse yourself into, and if you can avoid immersing yourself into it, and you have options out there that don't involve that sort of thing, I I personally would play it safe and just go ahead and swipe left on this.
Yeah, and
She very
Christina,
well
that's
might be
it.
great, but
Just because she takes this medication, nobody needs to know about that. I
right,
certainly didn't
especially
need to know
especially by
about
name,
that.
yeah, especially by name. I don't need to know exactly what you're taking. That honestly, that to me says, wait a minute, are you telling people specifically what you take because that's what you take, or because that's what you can probably sell on a platform like this?
She's a bottle girl, and she's promoting where she's a bottle girl at. There's a picture of her
Mhm.
as a bottle. Yeah, man, she got too much going on. I'm gonna pass. I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
dating bottle girls. That ain't that's not my thing. I just think she has some mental health issues, and I'm not trying to do all that.
Yeah, no, that's a little much to unpack.
Fast, I'm telling you, you're gonna get yourself into nothing but trouble with women
Oh
being
yeah, man. I mean,
dealing based off of how they look. I'm telling you, it comes down to their behaviors and their attitudes and their character. It's not about their looks.
Fast, it's kind of like my dad used to tell me. She looks great, but chances are somewhere there's some guy who's sick of her crap.
Look, you should look at it like this. You should think that that woman is a bitch until her behavior proves otherwise. She don't deserve your time until her behavior proves otherwise. All right, let's get back to this profile. Johnny and I are going to wrap this up in about another 10, 15 minutes tops.
Fast, I highly recommend you keep watching us every Monday and Thursday, though, man, because I think you can really enjoy some of the stuff we get into here, man. I'm glad to have you with us tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate the comments too, Fast.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad you're in the class. All right, we got Sarah. She's 27. She works at a psychiatric hospital.
Hmm.
I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. Just looking for a husband is all. Johnny, I think a lot of women. I think a lot of women are they have an idea. I think when it comes, women at a very young age start thinking about their husband and marriage and their wedding day and all that. And I bet Sarah here is no different. And for the last 20 years, she's been thinking about getting a husband. Can filter for girls who were online so we can chat with them. Okay, so here's where we're gonna.
That's hard to sync up.
Okay, so fast. Here's something that I want to do. I believe I'm really against a lot of the different movements on YouTube. I'm against the red pill community. I'm against the passport bros. I'm against the incels. I'm against so many. These groups give young men misleading information, or they're blaming women, and they're not giving these guys the solutions that they need. So, and that's something that we want to do here for you guys. We're very solution based. That's why we have a call in number. That's why we tell you guys that we can answer any of your questions that you have. So when it comes to chatting with women live, fast, something I plan to do that I got on the books for 2025 is I have a dating app where there are women who, it's like a live chat type thing. And I'm going to show you guys, and a lot of them are from different countries, South Africa, Brazil, some of the Asian countries, even like the Philippines. I'm going to show you guys how we can pull these women from other countries. And when you're that guy, you can get them to come to you. You don't need a passport. You don't have to go to South Korea or the Philippines to get women. You can get women from the Philippines to come to you. So there is going to come a point where we're doing some of that, but that's down the road, man. That's going to be like probably April before I got that up and running. But we are going to get into some live chat with women, because I want to show you guys how to dig yourselves out of the hole when you're communicating with some of these women. Like, I see so many DM horror stories, and I can tell you exactly where they go left. So I'd like to do some more of that. I'd like to do some live chatting with women just to show you guys how to lead women in your interactions with them and not let them dictate the terms of your interactions.
Definitely. Thanks, Christina. We love you watching us too.
You know, Christina, we've actually talked amongst ourselves about having you on this panel and getting your take on some of these ladies' profiles. We're going to have to talk to us more about that as well. Because I think, some of the stuff that you post is absolutely hilarious. You're inappropriate as hell. And I think you'd fit right in with us, girl. So we'll have to talk some more about that. We'd love to have you on, even if it's one time, just to hang out with us and chop it up about these profiles. I said,
plus, if you and all your friends decide to like my YouTube channel, I can actually broadcast live on mine too.
That's right. She says, swipe right if you're trying to go to every national park. Johnny, I got 5 national parks myself I'd like to go to. So if she's driving,
I've been to 2 in the last year, man. I get it. I'm down for that.
Oh, I've been to a couple too, but I'm talking, there's ones like I want to go to Acadia in Maine. My parents are going back to Yellowstone. I just got a list of them, though.
If you haven't been to Great Falls of Virginia, you should go there too.
I really want to go to Denali in Alaska.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and watch it on TV because I don't like the cold, but yeah, I think it looks nice.
Oh, I love the cold. I am of the North. Nope. My birthday's in February. This time of year, I could walk outside in a wife beater and be able to breathe. I love it.
As they say.
Nope. All right. So far, man, hiking, camping, living off grid, and never seeing civilization again. I can rock with that, Johnny.
Hey, the old Walden thing. I'm good with that.
All right. You got a photo of her in the army.
If you're going to disappear together, though, make sure you get along.
Photo up of her in the military. Thank her for her service. Says her simple pleasures are candles, books, and iced chai lattes.
I say this as masculinely as I can. I do love iced chai lattes.
All right, I'm swiping on this one, dog. All right. You want to do one more, Johnny, or you want to wrap this up for tonight?
Let's get one more before we go.
All right. Well, it ain't going to be Nicole. I'm not really feeling her. All right, let's see what we got here with Haley, who's working in finance. No bio.
Ah.
All right, we see this quite a bit too. If I could have a superpower, it would be teleportation. There's so many women that just want to teleport.
I'd be waking up 10 minutes before I had to be at work,
This one's kind of boring, bro.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be our last one, Johnny. We'll break Jess down here.
All right, what do we got?
No bio. Man, I was trying to find one with a bio to finish on.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Right. Rachel, 37, attorney. She's an attorney, dog. She had to write a bio.
I actually used to date a girl who I dated her briefly, who used to be the assistant DA in a major city, and that was attorneys are interesting.
Attorneys are very interesting.
Yeah.
And she knows that. That's why she's got her job in here. Because, Johnny, I need you to explain something to me. Can you please tell me what somebody's job has to do with how compatible they are?
Well, Bill, it's all about projection. The thing of it is that when ladies are looking for a potential mate, they care to a pretty high degree what we do for a living. And this is a classic example of how the modern woman projects what she thinks and what she feels onto us. And this isn't even in a necessarily negative way. It's just that they think that because they think that way, that we think that way. And one of those ways is they think because they care about what we do for a living, because it does speak to whether or not they respect our goal-oriented nature or our salaries or whatever happens to be. They think because that's important to them that becomes important to us as well. So they kind of project onto us, they have these accomplishments, those accomplishments. And even if they don't expect you to have those same accomplishments or at that same level, the very fact that they're putting them out there is a projection of the fact that they actually care what we do, outside of the relationship, the potential relationship with
them. Okay. Well, the lawyer here, Rachel, dog mom, looking for someone to drink wine and split cheese board with, 5'9", just an FYI. Okay, I think she has that in there because, like I was saying earlier, especially a lawyer is going to be in heels, so you're going to have to add 2 or 3 inches to that 5'9".
Yep.
So that's going to put her at about 6 foot. She's going to be almost eye to eye with me. Yep. In heels. See, I hate to swipe on her just because of her job. I mean, she's kind of cute.
Yeah.
But she's also a little far away from me.
Well, see, I mean, that's that geographic should be an example of something you should consider. But yeah, I think she definitely looks good. I think there's definitely a benefit to dating a girl who's an attorney, but at the same time, ladies, please understand, we don't care about your career, your accomplishments nearly as much as you care about ours. I know it sounds unbalanced, and frankly it is, but it's just one of the main fundamental differences we're looking for.
Like, what do I love it when women simp for me, Johnny. I love it when they pick up the tab. I love it when they buy me stuff, but I never ask for that. They do that on their own. So I don't want to swipe on her just because she's an attorney. And I know she's probably got driving around in a nice car, take me to nice restaurants if I start stroking her out right. There is a little bit of physical attraction there, but I don't know if it's enough for me to say that I'm going to get this woman who's 50 miles away from me, my energy. So I think I'm going to pass on her, and that's going to wrap it up for tonight.
All right, we had a good night of swiping. By the way, thank you to everybody who came out to watch for us tonight. Came out, logged in. See, this is how old school I am. But appreciate everybody who commented, everybody who watched. Remember, we're here every Monday and Thursday night, 9:30 sharp. It's been a lot of fun, and we look forward to seeing you guys again next time. And bring some friends. Tell them to log on, man. I think a lot of people would enjoy this. At the very minimum, this has to be some kind of entertainment value, right? Bare minimum.
Well, I appreciate everybody watching. Do us a favor and like the stream. If you're not subscribed to our YouTubes, there's a link in the description. And show Johnny some love, man. Let's get his YouTube up and running. You got to have 50 subscribers to go live. And I would love for all of our streams to be showing up on his channel too. So let's make this happen for us. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back Monday. We out.